Hey everybody, welcome back. Thank you for helping me get to 1,000 subscribers. Never in my wildest imagination would I have dreamed that I would have 1,000 followers watching videos about radios. Granted, I put some other weird videos out too, but I think the majority of you guys are here to see the radios. So, as promised, we're going to go through every radio I own, but I have to break it up into a few different videos simply because of location and quantity. So let's get started. DMR radios. These are the Motorola Moto Turbo XPR series. This is a 7550 in UHF, the XPR 3300E also in UHF. We converted to Motorola from RCA. RCA makes a good radio. They have a good warranty program, good repair program through discount two-way radios. But honestly, I'd rather have good quality and not have to ship them in for repairs than to ship them in regularly and have it covered. So far, we've only lost a couple of XPRs. I think one, my guys left on a pallet and it got shipped out to an end customer. I'd love to get that radio back, but oh well. So here we go. This is an XTS 5000 in UHF2. I bought it and it was programmed to listen only to LA County. It's kind of fun. This is a project radio. It is an APX 6000. Been a long day. And it has some problems. I won't get into those right now, but I've got some spare parts ready to go on it. I do really enjoy tinkering with those. No, that's not the right antenna. Now we've got a whole group of KNG P400. Now the P400 is what would be considered UHF 1 in the Motorola world, or UHF low. So let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I got 8 of these here. I think I have a few more at home. I actually... Stay. I actually got these because I thought that they would work with my company radios. Apparently digital and DMR are not the same. These digital are P25. So that was kind of a hard lesson, but I had only bought a couple of these at the time and then fell in love with how easy they are to program and use. So I found a whole bunch of them on eBay, very inexpensively, and I bought them out. No, I don't know what I'm going to do with them now, but I have a lot of them. This is a pretty cool device. It's called a GoTenna Mesh. Now, GoTenna has a civilian version and it has a more tactical version. This is the more tactical version. You have to program it with your own frequencies and have other friends that have these as well. Now, I have two. One of my buddies has a couple, and they work pretty well. We've used them with flying in paragliders, and they're a good solution. I would say that unless you really know what you're doing, they're not a great solution. I do like it though. Now we get to the BK radios and the Kings. These are both in VHF. This one is a former CAL FIRE radio. This one is a much older generation of almost the same thing, but it is analog only. Now we get to the Baofangs. Okay, moving on to the Motorola's. I'm just kidding. Okay, so we have the UV5R. I have played with it a little bit. I do not have a ton of experience with it. These I have played with not at all. I bought them because one of my viewers suggested I do a video on them, and I lost interest. Moving on to the HT1250. Now, I have two of these, one here, one back there. This one has a screen and a display. That one does not. When I was a firefighter, I actually used this exact model of radio, except in VHF. This is in VHF low band, so around 38 to 42 megahertz, I think is the spread. And I keep this one because it works to listen to CHP when they are transmitting outside of San Diego County. And it also is supposed to work for Catalina Island so that you can listen to the lifeguard boats. I have not successfully gotten it to work for that purpose, and I'm kind of bummed about that. But I think that's more because they are converting to the RIC system, which is now a trunked UHF and 7,800 megahertz mesh. Over here we have a couple of Yaesu and ICOMs. This Yaesu is just a very basic dual band ham radio. I really like it. It was the first dual band radio I ever bought. Good quality radio. I got nothing bad to say about it. This is my ICOM airband radio. These are great if you are flying paragliders and you need to monitor traffic. To transmit on them, obviously, I do not have the proper authority, but this is a great radio. It's kind of fun to listen to air traffic control. Now we get into the Standard Horizon, which used to be part of the Vertex Standard family. Vertex and Yaesu and Standard Horizon used to all be the same company. Vertex was spun off, bought by Motorola, and then I think killed. Interestingly enough, I believe that the XPR 3300 is kind of a more recent generation of the old commercial Vertex radios. Here we have a Yaesu ham VHF, the VX170. It's a good radio. It does have a waterproof mic port, and it uses a very common battery from Yaesu. Happens to be the same battery as this dual band. There we go, back with the HT750, which is essentially the HT1250, but without the screen and buttons. Moving laterally, we have a Yaesu 2-meter ham, and then we have 3 Vertex mobile radios. These are interesting because they are VHF low band. I had aspirations of programming them to a low band frequency that I could talk in the case of an emergency, but I just haven't gotten them to work. I'm having trouble finding the software. I found a guy locally 10 years ago who programmed them initially, but I've lost contact with him, and that's that. Here I have a few more XPR 3300s ready to go into service. Random batteries. An 09 Motorola control head. APX 6000 and 8000 parts. You can change the skins on them pretty easily. I think those are kind of fun to mess with. Oh, here is a bad decision from eBay. I bought this, let's see, yeah, APX 7500 UHF R1 VHF. And it says, no worky. And being the inquisitive sort that I am, I thought I could fix it. It looks like it was struck by lightning inside. I can't fix that without buying a new board. If you know where I can get a 7500 board, let me know. Now we get down to the XTL 5000. This one's a 800 megahertz XTL 5000. Before I understood what non-affiliate scan was, my goal was to put this on non-affiliate scan. Unfortunately, it doesn't work as easily and it is kind of risky. So this one sits here. I have an 03 head that goes on XTL and APX radios. These are really cool. Run those in my vehicles, you'll see later on. This is the equivalent of an 03 head, but for a Moto Turbo radio. You replace the faceplate, attach this, and you have a nice hideaway radio. Moving down, we have a APX 1500 that I put a new face on and converted it to a remote head. I don't know why I did that, but I wanted to, so I did. Rocky Talkie from Gen 1. Programming Panasonic. And then moving over here, we have my beautifully arranged chargers. These are the faceplates that you can take off of an XPR 5550 and replace them with a remote faceplate and then use that handheld mic. Over here, we have one of my last XPR 5500s that I have not installed in our company vehicles yet. And then I have a BK radio KNG B150. B stands for bass. Now, this is the exact same radio as the M150, except for this sticker. There is nothing different between this radio here and what CAL FIRE and other fire agencies put in their vehicles, except that it's in this fancy housing with a power inverter. I got lucky on these. There is a local surplus shop that had a few of these, and I got a killer deal on them. So I have one here in my office, I have one in my garage, and one in one of my trucks. So that's pretty much it. Oh, no, we got two more, sorry. I have this dual band ICOM. This is actually a really great radio, and I really like it. It's the ICOM 2730A. It is a dual band radio, and I had this in one of my cars for a long time until I got the bug and went ahead and bought Motorola. This is another Craigslist find. This is a an ambulance takeout. I have two heads. There's a second head down there. And this one is set for 700-800 megahertz out of Salt Lake. Eventually I'm gonna program it for something. I don't know. It was like 30 bucks. So can you fault me? Anyways, guys, that is the Radio Shack to start. Stay tuned, and we'll have a lot more to discuss. Oh, forgot about this guy. Bluetooth remote speaker mic? Yes, please. More remote speaker mics? Yep, why not? All right, guys, take care. Thanks for watching.